Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tour Tuesday. I'm so glad you're with me tonight. We have three tours to talk about, one brand new, and two that are annuals that sell out every year, and we've never presented them because they're always sold out. But I thought, all right, let's present them before they sell out. And that's what we're doing. So we have lots to do. We have a brand new presenter all the way from snowy Vermont. Everybody say hi to Bob Schwartz. Hi, Bob.
Hi,
Um,
Sandy. All
so we are going to be talking about three tours today. We're going to start with, I'm doing this out of order as it says here, but we're going to start with the Von Trapp Lodge, and then we're going to do Quebec Winter Carnival, and then we're going to do the Washington, D.C. Cherry Blossom. So that is our plan. Um, so, and one of these is pre-recorded, but not the Von Trapp Lodge program. So I am going to kick that off. Let me share this again with you. Okay. So I was lucky enough to be invited as a VIP guest, thank you, Bob, to the Von Trapp Lodge this past, I don't know, when did I come? Spring? Fall?
Yeah, it was this past May.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was right. It was right before Memorial Day, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
And there was, I don't know, about 2 dozen of us that went up to the Von Trapp Lodge, tour planners, but tour company owners like me. And Bob rolled out the red carpet for us, of course, but he showed us all of the different um, programs and opportunities and foods and buildings and activities that we could possibly offer to you, our clients. And I came home right after that familiarization trip. It's called a FAM, and I planned this trip. So I have done everything on this tour. I've eaten all the foods. And we picked March 23rd to 26th. We think it's perfectly time for late winter, early spring, right when you're itching for something to do. And the weather doesn't need to be perfect for this trip because the activities are kind of indoor, outdoor, and will keep you busy the whole time. So it is a 4-day, 3-night trip. There are 3 breakfasts and 3 dinners. So breakfast every morning, dinner every evening. And you can see the rates there, 15.59 per person based on 2 people in a room, and 19.59 per person if you get your own room. So if you've traveled with us up to Vermont or New Hampshire or New England, you know it's a full day's drive. So a full day's drive, and we're heading to Stowe, Vermont, which is where the Von Trapp Lodge is located. We'll stop for lunch on the way. And then once we arrive, we're going to check in for 3 overnights at the lodge. And you know what? I'm gonna let Bob take it from here because you know what? Once we get there, his team is gonna take over. So just like what's gonna happen when we get there, he's gonna take over right now. So welcome to your first tour Tuesday, Bob, and take it away.
Thank you, Sandy. Hi, everyone. Yes, I am coming to you from snowy Vermont. We got about 5 inches of snow today, so winter is definitely here. It feels like a Hallmark movie up here right now with the snow flying around the air. And this trip that Sandy has planned is towards the end of March next year. March tends to be a really pretty month for us. There's usually a lot of snow, sunny days, but snow on the ground still. So it's really beautiful, sort of the tail end of things. It can also be our maple sugaring season, which is a really cool thing to experience if you come up. So we're tapping trees, we're boiling syrup. So that could be something for folks that are feeling adventurous to go out into the woods could do on their own as an activity to go see our maple sugaring team. But you guys are going to be coming up, staying with us for 3 nights, and you're going to be doing some really fun activities, as Sandy mentioned. The Von Trapp family still owns the lodge today. It's owned by Johannes von Trapp. He is the oldest I'm sorry, the only surviving child of Maria von Trapp. So after The Sound of Music occurred, there were three children that were born when Maria and the captain got together. Johannes was one of those three children. He's the last surviving child. And he is still on the property to this day. You can see him at breakfast. His daughter Christina is running the day-to-day operations right now. So that you usually have a very good chance of seeing a Von Trapp on property, which is a very cool thing. It was our 75th anniversary this year, so we've been bringing folks into our property for over 75 years at this point. And it's the 60th anniversary of The Sound of Music as well. So it was a big year for us, and we're going into another big year coming into 2026. On day one, as Sandy mentioned, we're going to be doing dinner at the hotel in our main dining room, which is our elegant white tablecloth fine dining restaurant. The dinner is served buffet style, so you can taste all the different items on the menu. Um, it's great just because there's a lot of different variety. Our team is really, really great. Our culinary team is always known to have the best food that people usually experience at different hotels when they come through. And it'll be a nice, relaxing evening. We have live entertainment all 7 days a week in our main dining room. So there is live piano that you'll be able to experience while you're there as well. And it'll be a first great day to kind of come in, relax, have dinner, and have a great experience listening to some live music from our pianist in the dining room. We also have a fitness center. As Sandy has a picture right here. We have a very large indoor pool. It's the largest pool in Stowe, a 20-person hot tub. And we also have massage treatment rooms if you want to get a massage, treat yourself to, going into the spring, renewing yourself as well. And really beautiful views, as you can see from those chairs. We look out towards the mountains, so there'll be nice and white-capped snow mountains at that point, I believe, still. And our rooms are all newly renovated, so as you can see in this picture, we either have two queen beds or one king bed with a queen size pullout. So they're very comfortable rooms, like I said, newly renovated. And we
Yeah, the
also
mattresses, I literally remember how comfortable that mattress was.
Yeah, we have awesome mattresses, and we actually because of our 75th anniversary this year, we have a new partnership with Vermont Flannel. So all we have Vermont Flannel bedspreads on the ends of the beds, which are not in this picture, but that was new since we've taken this picture. And then we also have lumbar pillows on each of the beds from Vermont Flannel, and the robes in the rooms are from Vermont Flannel as well.
Awesome. That's so
Yeah, so
cool.
very cozy. On day two, you'll enjoy breakfast in our dining room again. The picture in the middle at the top is a picture of the Von Trapp history talk, where usually one of the Von Trapp family members, which is Christina, usually nowadays, will come out and they'll, at the end of the tour, do a meet and greet, a Q&A. She did grow up with Maria Von Trapp as her grandmother. She passed away when she was 17 years old, so she knew her very well through her teenage years. That's a picture of Maria up in the left-hand corner. And so we show a 20-minute documentary about Maria von Trapp's last visit to Salzburg, sort of her experiences in her own words, and then a talk on how the von Trapp family got from the end of The Sound of Music to Vermont, and what attracted them to Vermont and brought them to that area of the world. And then at the very end, like I said, Christina, who's the person, the bottom picture in the middle with the green jacket, yep, right there. She will usually come out at the end of the talk and do a Q&A to talk about what it was like growing up with Maria as her grandmother. Also, if the weather permits, Maria von Trapp and the captain and most of the children are buried on our property right next to the lodge. So as you can see in that picture right there, the flowers won't be out by that point of the year, but they'll usually bring you out. They'll talk about all the different children in each of the different grave sites and point out Maria and the captain's graves on the property as well, which people don't realize that they're buried right here in Stowe, Vermont.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
very like you get a real personal connection to these characters, these real people. I found that so interesting.
yeah, and you find out like a lot of the things that maybe the movie had shown you weren't necessarily true. Like, the captain was really the one who was the loving, gave most of his time and energy to the children, whereas Marie was sort of running the family. So it was more of sort of the person that was trying to keep everyone in line. So it's kind of the opposite is what they portrayed in the movie. And there's a lot of those nuances that you learn during the family history talk. And it's a
Yeah.
very popular tour.
I got to meet and spend time with Christina. She was wonderful, just literally a normal, real person with kids doing her job, running, her family's resort as the third generation owner. So we had a good connection. We had a good connection.
And then day two, you'll go visit Stowe, downtown Stowe, which is really beautiful. Like I said, at this time of the year, as you can see some of these pictures, it's almost like a Hallmark movie. If you can picture snow on the ground in some of these pictures, there's cute little mom and pop owned stores. There's not a lot of big box stores, so it's a lot of craft stores, art stores, merchandise where that has Stowe on it, little cafes and bakeries and all sorts of beautiful little places to visit. Some home stores which have really amazing kitchenware and pillows and all sorts of great things. Blankets that have Stowe on them and very cozy places to visit. The picture and the on the top where it says Stowe, Vermont, where it looks like a little footbridge. That's right in the middle of town as well, where a lot of people get a picture under that. It's like a little passenger footbridge that's right next to the bridge that goes through town. And it's sort of like a little nod to our covered bridges here in the state. We also have some covered bridges in the area, which you might be able to swing by as well and see Emily's Bridge and some other really cute places around town. Once you get back, we are, as I'm not sure if I mentioned, but we are a Historic Hotel of America. We're one of their newest historic hotels. As part of our 75th anniversary celebrations, we decided to become one of the Historic Hotels of America. The property was rebuilt in 1981 after a devastating fire that Maria von Trapp escaped from. So when it was rebuilt bigger, better, and newer, but also with that still alpine look that people can expect when you go to, say, Switzerland or Austria. So when you return, you will be doing a Von Trapp Lodge tour, which will obviously exactly as it says, tour you through the lodge. There's a lot of memorabilia, pictures. There's playbills from the original Sound of Music when it was on Broadway with Mary Martin, pictures of Mary Martin at the lodge with Maria von Trapp. And lots of family memorabilia, family pictures from their travels when they were traveling around the world as the Trapp family singers. And a lot of their exotic places that they visited around the world, like Micronesia and Polynesia and New Zealand and Australia, all sorts of places around the world that they visited as the Trapp family singers. And then you'll enjoy afternoon tea and cookies in our lounge, overlooking again the mountains. The way that the lodge was built looking out towards a really beautiful view of the mountains. So every room in the house, in the lodge has a beautiful view of the mountains. So you'll enjoy afternoon tea and cookies in the lounge with us. And then afterward, we'll be bringing you to our beer hall, which is a German Austrian themed beer hall a little bit down the road. Where you'll enjoy Austrian chicken schnitzel, Austrian sausages and sauerkraut, pretzels, green salad, spatzel. Lots of great options that are German inspired or authentically German, I should say. And then we also have our beers are brewed right there at the beer hall. So our brewery, our Von Trapp Brewing Beer Hall, which does distribute up and down the East Coast. You can find our beers in New Jersey. If you go to vontrappbrewing.com, you can put your zip code in and taste our German lagers. But the brewery is right attached to the beer hall. So you'll be on our observation deck overlooking our brewery operation and seeing where else so the magic happens where our beers are made. They're all award-winning beers, which is really cool because we've gotten awards for German beers made in America in Europe before, which is really cool. So you can go to Europe and you can get a gold medal for your German beers made in the United States. It's a really cool thing, I think. And then we also have a card and game room. So we have a ton of different cards, games, puzzles. We've got three different family rooms that you can enjoy throughout the property. It's meant to feel like a big house, not necessarily a hotel. So when you walk around, it feels like you're in someone's house, not necessarily a hotel with really long hallways. So you'll be joining us in our our games room, our card and games room, where you can enjoy board games. We have fireplaces throughout the lodge, so it's really cozy. You can have a hot toddy from the lounge and sit by the fireplace. We've got a library in our main level, but we also have books throughout the lodge as well. So you can grab a book, sit by the fire, relax, enjoy the view, and just take in some of that Vermont peacefulness. You know, it's very quiet and peaceful up here, and it's a great way to recharge and re-energize heading into the spring season.
I loved it. I loved all like the nooks of the hotel where, you could just sit and chill by yourself, or you can go to a room where there's people in and hang out with people. So there's just so many options, and it's so, Alpine, so Austrian and European. It's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and I always say it really shines at this time of the year when it's a little bit colder and the fireplaces are going and it's cozy and it's just a very warm feeling when you're inside the lodge. And then day three, you'll have again breakfast, which is a full breakfast buffet, hot and cold. So pancakes, waffles, bacon, sausage, scrambled eggs, everything and anything that you
So
can think.
much.
We've got baked goods. We have our Coffee House Bakery right on property as well. So they make they do cinnamon buns, they do muffins. So it's a really amazing spread for breakfast. And then we also have
Fresh
our cool,
fruit, yogurt, everything.
yep, yep. We have fresh fruit, yogurt, granola. We have oatmeal as well. So lots of great things. We've got charcuterie and cheeses as well. So a little bit of sort of that European feel that you would have from breakfast as well. Um, is included in the breakfast. And then after that, you could either join us for a Meet the Cows tour, take a wagon ride or a sleigh ride, depending on if there's what the snow conditions are like, or take one of our other tours, like a maple syrup tour. We have a Learning the Forest tour. So depending on what's happening that day, you can enjoy some leisurely time on your own.
Yeah, and
Um,
there are different costs for these. Again, we wanted to give you the option. You can chill out and read, or um, just sit and admire the scenery, take a walk. Or for an additional cost, you could do the Meet the Cows tour, which I did, which was fantastic. You could do the maple sugar. They have a schedule
mhm.
that they put out at the resort, and you just go by the schedule and you hop into whatever activity you want, and pay accordingly for that. So everybody can kind of do what they want while they're there.
And we have three different gift shops on property. So the gift shop that's in the lodge. One cool thing I forgot to mention as well after the Von Trapp history talk, if Christina is able to join you for that talk, which it all depends on her travel schedule, she'll autograph if you buy any books on the family, she'll autograph the books. Which is a really cool thing. So we have the main gift shop, which will have Austrian handicrafts as well, a lot of Austrian goods that we have shipped over from Austria, as well as Vermont crafts. And then in our outdoor center, we have a lot of outdoorsy type like sweatshirts and t-shirts and things like that that you can purchase there. And then our beer hall, we have a lot of glassware, so a lot of German style mugs, different types of glasses based upon what kind of beers you like to drink. And you can purchase those at any of those three gift shops. And then our cafe house, as I mentioned, does baked goods like apple strudel, Linzer tort, and soccer tort, which you will also try as part of your buffets as well. But if you want to go down there and grab a big piece of apple strudel, take back with you to New Jersey, you can do that too.
So that's the beautiful thing about traveling by bus. You just can fit as much as you want on a 4-day trip. Maybe
Yeah.
not so much on the cross-country 27-day trip, but on this trip, we've got room for you to bring it back. And you probably can even bring back some beer if you want. So,
Or maple syrup because it'll be freshly
or
boiled.
yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point.
And then day three, there's a lot of amazing shopping options up in this area, and a lot of sort of Vermonty type things that you can experience, like Cabot Cheese. It has a huge footprint up here. They've got their Cabot Annex very close to us, which is about 15 minutes up the road. You can do samples there. They have cheese samples of a lot of their different items. They've got different types of spreads, jams, different types of cheeses that you can take home with you because you can actually keep cheddar basically in a cool bag for up to I think 10 to 12 hours, and it'll stay fresh. It can even it's a lot. You can be out of a fridge a lot longer than other cheeses, which is good to know. So you can take that back with you. And then we also have the Cold Hollow Cider Mill, which is a really cool, iconic place to visit. They've got amazing apple cider donuts. They freshly press all of their apples. All their apples are from the upstate New York and Vermont area. And they press apple cider all year round, which I love because I love apple cider, and you can usually only get it within the fall when I used to live in Boston. So it's great to be in Vermont when you get apple cider. It's 365 days out of the year. And then there's also Lake Champlain chocolates. So they're known for making obviously their chocolates here in the area. They're up in Burlington is where their factory is, but they have a shop right next to the Cabot Annex. They've got also ice creams, hot chocolates, all sorts of delicious things that you can try there. And then there's the Vermont Flannel Company and Vermont Teddy Bear, which is right next to Lake Champlain Chocolates. That's also a great place. Vermont, everyone probably has heard of Vermont Teddy Bear before. Their bears are guaranteed for life, and their flannel is amazing. It's like wearing a blanket. It's so cozy, and you could wear it as a shirt or you could wear it as a nightgown. It's great. It's really amazing material that they have, and it's made locally. And then Smuggler's Notch Distillery, again, another locally produced item. They make vodka and gin and rye and all sorts of really delicious alcohols. They have an amazing maple. If you like Kahlua, it's almost like a maple Kahlua that's really, really great over a coffee or some vanilla ice cream. That's probably my favorite thing from there. But there's a lot of great options for shopping, like I said, in the area, not only downtown on day two, but on day three in this annex and up and down sort of Route 100 right here. There's a lot of opportunities to get something that's local. And then Danforth Pewter, again, another great local shopping experience that you can get right in that same little annex with Lake Champlain Chocolates right next door.
Yeah, so you can spend everybody will spend the morning at the resort, and then you can continue your whole day at the resort if that's what you like, or you can come on an afternoon shopping trip. So again, giving you the option to, make this the best possible trip for you that it can be. If you're with a group or a couple and you want to split up, great, because there's going to be people staying and there's going to be people coming on this shopping outing. So great options for you.
And then day three continued. You guys are doing a lot. You got more afternoon tea and cookies, a wine tasting, which would be an optional wine tasting if you'd like, and then an Austrian themed dinner. That'll be in our main dining room with a private concert by Elisabeth von Trapp, who's a cousin of Christina, who lives in the Waitsfield area of Vermont, which is only about 20 minutes away from Stowe. She's still one of the active singing Von Trapps. Christine doesn't sing. She's got the Austrian skiing gene. Elizabeth got the Austrian singing gene. So she will be doing a private concert for you guys, which is super special because she sings all around the world. And this is something that Sandy had set up specifically for you guys, which is going to be an amazing way to kind of end your trip with us. That'll be in our beautiful Mozart room, which you can see the bottom right where there's the beams up there. It's a beautiful room, super cozy. There's a fireplace in there. It's a beautiful, beautiful setting.
Yeah, I love it. It's a private concert. How cool is that? From a Von Trapp. I love it. I love it. It's so cool. And then that's it. As you said, that's the highlight. You got to leave on a high after the great Austrian dinner and private concert, and then we're out of here. This is a real photo from, I believe, last year. In fact, we have another. Well, we go to the Von Trapp Lodge in December as well at the holiday time. We don't spend as much time at the lodge. So that's why I wanted to plan this March trip. But that's really all about the lodge. So so there you have it. That was great. I was reliving my last May, my familiarization trip to the Von Trapp Lodge. Again, it was so awesome that I came home and I was like, I gotta plan a trip here because I know you all will love it. Do you guys have any questions for Bob, whether it's about the lodge itself, the family, Stowe, the shopping, the itinerary? He's here to answer whatever we have for him. You guys gonna sign up?
I was going to ask you, when do you usually go in December? When you go in December?
We go in mid-December. I think we're going next week. But that we don't we spend a couple, do you know, Bob, a couple nights?
Yes, yep. It's usually I think it's 2 nights for the December trip, and it's a holiday tour. So we do a lot of holiday decor. We put 10 different themed Christmas trees up throughout the lodge. We've got a big Christmas tree out front, and like I said, a lot of decor around. So it's also another great time to come to experience the lodge.
Yep, absolutely. So again, this trip is on March 23rd. It's 4 days. Um, there's 8 people booked, so there's plenty of room for you to come. We haven't selected the tour directors, but Penny is itching to escort this trip, so you will likely see her on this trip. Any other questions for Bob? Awesome. Very good.
So,
You answered them all before
Yes.
we even asked them.
oh,
Wait, I have a question.
Okay, go
of
ahead.
course.
I'm just wondering because I was thinking maybe about bringing my mother. My mother's older, and is there a lot of walking involved?
So the Von Trapp history talk, there's not a ton of walking involved. To get to the graveyard, I would say it's about, I'd say about 50 yards away from the front of the building. So it's not super far. But you can also walk along the road to get there, so you have to walk across the front lawn. The lodge tour, there's a little bit more walking involved, but we can always use the elevator to access the different levels of the lodge. So if there was any type of accessibility issue, we can adapt accordingly if we need to. But it's not, I mean, I would say the most walking will be part of the lodge tour, but it's some stairs that she would have to walk up. But other than that, it's pretty flat, walking back and forth throughout the hallways.
Yeah, compared
Okay.
to some of our other tours, this is a very easy tour. The lodge is, kind of sprawling, but not hard to get around.
And how about that trip where you take the bus tour to all those stores? I
The
guess there would
stores
be a
are
lot
pretty
of
close
walking
together.
involved with that.
Yeah, Main Street's not very big. It's probably
Oh,
3 blocks long, so it's a very
oh,
compact area. And
oh,
and
okay.
when you go to Cabot, the Pewter, Danforth, Lake Champlain Chocolates, and Cabot are all in the same plaza, basically. And then Cold Hollow Cider is its own sort of entity, where it's not hugely massive, where there's a lot of walking involved, but it's nice and compact and easy to get around in
Yeah.
one level. And then I saw a question about the extra activities. The extra tours are normally $20 a person to experience. And those again are like our Meet the Cows tour, our Learning the Forest tour, our Maple Sugar tour. So those are all $20 flat per person. The Meet the Cows tour, we bring you out into the field with our Scottish Highland cattle, which are really cute. They've got like built-in sweaters. Our maple syrup tour, our maple sugaring tour, which again might be happening at the time that you guys are there, which is really exciting. You'll be able to see the maple syrup process in action, the boiling happening, and the learning the forest is more of a walk throughout the forest to kind of talk about how things kind of interact with each other. And then we also have a hike to the chapel where one of the Von Trapp children, Werner Von Trapp, before he left for World War II, built a chapel in honor of actually after he got back. He built a chapel in honor of a patron saint of peace after World War II.
Yeah. So, and you can, those do require walking, but they're optional. You don't have to sign up for those.
Mhm.
Um,
And then also the clothes that you should pack, I would say just check the weather at that time of the year. I would say probably sweaters are a good thing. Jeans and sweaters, dress warmly, dress in layers, bring a jacket for sure. It's going to be definitely colder at that time of the year, but it'll be sunny days. It'll be really beautiful because usually March is a lot of sun, but still some snow on the ground.
Yeah, and if you want to
Hello.
do the cemetery tour, or the cows tour, um, you want to wear some kind of like a boot,
Boots, yeah,
make
for
it
sure.
easier for you, for sure.
Mhm.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, can I say something?
Sure.
So I am one of those that come from Leisure World,
Okay.
and this would not be one of those that I get escorted by a shuttle bus to the Star Bus.
No, we're not offering this trip for our air tours customers next year. But we will likely offer it in the future. But this is not where we will pick you up in Maryland and have you join our trip. Too long of a day to go all the way to Vermont.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to know. All right.
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So we're very excited because we are actually coming to see you next week with Star
Oh,
Tours.
great. That's awesome. Well, it's
So
like I said, it's like a Hallmark movie right now, so it's definitely going to be
I'm
holiday
excited.
tour-esque.
So give me the lowdown on what's the weather.
Oh, the weather. Yeah. It's very dark at night. No, right now the weather we're coming into a cold front, so it's going to be in the 30s to teen this week. So definitely dress warm. Bring hat, gloves, warm jacket layers, all sorts of things. But it's nice
Remind
and
me,
close
Terry, when are you leaving?
Tuesday, December 9th.
Okay,
tonight.
so a
Yeah.
week from today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Bob has time to order a little bit warmer weather then.
So I have to go to
Yeah.
that flannel shop.
Yeah, well, you will, I'm telling you, you will not walk out empty-handed from that flannel shop. I was lucky I was there in May. If I was there in December, I would have spent a lot of money.
Christmas gifts.
Yeah. Vermont flannel is an amazing store, amazing quality.
Linda says she grew up near Stowe and she's visited the distillery. Her kids, hopefully her kids are over 21. They love the bourbon maple syrup and she
Oh,
loves
yes,
maple
yeah.
syrup. I love that. Our kids are always our kids, right? Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
yeah.
21 or older. I love this. You guys are so engaged with Bob. I told Bob, I'm like, they don't ask a lot of questions, but I love it. It's a really cool experience. I think I answered Lorraine's question. There's 8 people booked so far. So there's plenty of room for anybody who wants to book. And Terry, if you guys love it, you might want to go. I'm telling you, you
I
are going
might.
to want to go back in March. Because you kind of feel like it's home. Like it's such a homey place. Again, like third generation, family owned. It's very like you'll walk around and there's memorabilia everywhere. And it's just like cozy, with really nice rooms that are, recently up to date. So
Mhm.
it's a cool experience. I will say that. I will say. So, any other questions? All right. Bob, great job.
Great.
You are
Thank
officially
you.
invited back whenever we need you.
Thank you, thank you. And we look forward to seeing you next week, Terry.
Great. We look forward to it.
All
All right.
right. All
Thank
right.
you so much, Sandy.
Thank you very much, Bob. Take
Have
care.
a great evening. All
Hopefully
right,
I'll
bye
see you. I'll
everyone.
see you in
Bye.
Reno probably,
Yes, I
right?
will see you in January. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Um, so yeah, Bob and I we've known each other for a really long time in the industry, and our annual convention is in Reno, Nevada, in January. So sounds great, right? All these cool places, but Reno in January, maybe not so much. And I just looked at flights today, which I'm totally past due for buying my flights, and there's no nonstops from either Philly or Newark. And as an aside, it's so funny to hear Bob say, you folks from New Jersey, because our address is New Jersey. So a lot of our industry partners think we're in New Jersey, which We are, but we service, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware. And at the end of this month, we'll be relocating our office to Pennsylvania. So we'll be a Pennsylvania company. So that's kind of neat. Anyway, we are now going to talk about Quebec Winter Carnival. And the perfect person to tell us about Quebec Winter Carnival is Penny Rudolph. But Penny is in Brooklyn today with a tour visiting, doing the Brooklyn Lights tour. So she could not be here. So we pre-recorded it yesterday. So let me see if I can get this for you. And we're gonna watch the recording. So let's see if I can do this well. So first of all, it's not letting me do what I wanted it to do there.
Is the Brooklyn tour the one that's in Dyker Heights?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I used to live in Brooklyn. I used to
Ah,
go to those. Very
yep,
nice, very
that's the
nice.
one. That's the one. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. Can you see it? Hi, everybody. We're here with All right, hold on. I can only see Terry. Terry, can you see the recording that I'm playing?
Okay.
Yes,
Can you see?
we see you
Yes, we can
on the
see.
recording.
And did you hear it?
And
Yes,
I
we
don't
can
hear
see.
anything.
Okay, I'm gonna start it.
Okay.
Hi,
Okay,
everybody.
now we see, yeah.
We're here with Penny, who couldn't make it on tour Tuesday, because she will be escorting a trip to see the Brooklyn Lights. So we are pre-recording this a day before. Thank you, Penny, for your time. And there is no other expert that I know of regarding the Quebec Winter Carnival. I call it QWC. And I don't know, do you know how many years that you've been going, Penny?
I think this is my 19th time going up to the Quebec Winter Carnival.
That's got to be a record.
Wow.
And I still love it. It's so exciting every time you go up there. It's just a wonderful experience.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, I'll introduce, and then, Penny will take it from here. You can see all these crazy pictures. They're real. It's all real. Our trip departs on February 5th and returns on February 9th. It's 5 days and 4 nights, as you can tell. There's breakfast every day and one lunch is included. You can see the rates per person, $15.99 based on 2 people in a room, and $20.99 based on 1 person in a room if you want your own room. So lucky you. I will let Penny take it from here.
Okay, well, first of all, hi, everybody. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving celebrating with your family and friends. And I'm glad to have you here on Tour Tuesday to highlight one of my favorite trips, the Quebec Winter Carnival. So on day 1, we travel up to Montreal, Quebec. We do stop at the Canadian border to clear customs. So everybody does need to have a passport or their passport card. We check in for 1 overnight at the Best Western Ville Marie, which is a boutique hotel. There's about 9-10 rooms on each floor. It's a very quiet building, but it's located right on Sherbrooke, which is the like the Park Avenue of Montreal, a beautiful area. We have dinner on our own. There's several places, a place in the hotel, several restaurants right in the area. And you can see some of us in the dining room, see one of our rooms that we have at the hotel, and some of us standing around Bonhomme. Bonhomme is the mascot for the Winter Carnival, and Bonhomme means the good man.
Oh,
All right.
I never knew that.
Bonhomme means the good man.
A million times. I never knew what Bonhomme meant.
All right, so day 2, we will have breakfast included at our hotel. And you can see from one of the pictures on the left, there is a nice little cafe. Sometimes people like to get extra coffee or whatever. Looks right out on Sherbrooke, lovely place. And we will check out and travel to Quebec City. We get there after 11 o'clock. We do make a rest stop on the way. And you'll have time on your own. We drop people off near the Chateau Frontenac so you can have lunch in the area there, look at some of the highlights. It's near the toboggan run. You can see that. And we will then pick you up and check into the Chateau Laurier, which is one of the one of the hotels of Quebec. It's beautiful. It's owned by Quebecois people. All of the linens, the soaps, the furniture, everything made in Quebec. A beautiful hotel, located perfect. There's a restaurant in the hotel, a dépanneur, little store for you, a saltwater pool, and it's located right on the Grand Allée. Restaurant, a lounge, right in that hotel, but within walking distance of 1 block, there's about 10 restaurants. So you will have dinner on your own, and you will have time to go out and start the winter festivities, because right on our corner, on the opposite 2 corners, are where many of the fun things happen. You can see some of the pictures. You see our room in the Quebec Hotel, our lounge with the fireplace, some of the people just having fun in the old Quebec City, and some of the restaurants down towards town. And of course, on the bottom right, you'll see one of the beautiful palaces that are built for Bonhomme. Every year they build a whole new palace for him, and we can actually tour it. We have access to that. We get an effigy, and many of the activities are free and included. And we have time to do that. So these activities go until 11 o'clock and sometimes later in the evening. They even have an all-night sleepover party for adults only. That was new, started last year. So on day 3, we will have breakfast included at the hotel. It's a delicious French breakfast. And one of the things we do is go to Valcartier in Quebec. That's up north in the mountains. And we go and visit the Hotel de Glace, the ice hotel, the only ice hotel in North America. And you can look at some of these pictures. And the top right, that's the outside of the hotel. Every year it is built brand new. It has a different theme. They build in December. They take it down in March. You can see some of the people sitting around the fire pits having cocktails. And we actually have a cocktail included for everybody in the ice hotel. You can see some of the bedrooms. And one of the highlights is sliding down the slide into the lobby. And sure enough, most of the people in our group go right up those steps, come down that slide. It's a lot of fun. And here you can see some of the people just having some cocktails and joining, because this is really an unbelievable experience to see this. So day 3 continues, and after our tour, and you are able to see the chapel where people get married, the whole hotel, there's over 40 some rooms and suites there, some with fireplaces. It's really interesting to see how everything goes there. And when we come back into town, I usually offer, for anyone who would like to, I will walk them down into the lower part of town and get everybody on the funicular. And we go to an area that dates back to the 1600s. And it's beautiful. And every one of those buildings has a unique and different Quebecois artisan, and they have unique crafts. And people love it down there. They'll have lunch down there, shop around, and then they'll come up to the festivities. And here you can see continued on day 3. We attend the Winter Carnival. Everybody goes out and does their own thing. They have lunch on their own. Bonhomme actually comes all through the town. You'll see him. Last year, the first time they had the Philadelphia Ferris wheel, because Philadelphia cream cheese is made by Kraft, and Kraft is one of the sponsors of the Quebec Winter Carnival. You can see people in the lower town around the Christmas trees, and down below, that is last year's palace for Bonhomme. And we have access to that. We can go in it, we can tour it, and it is so much fun. It's wonderful. I always say it's like living in a snow globe. It is a wonderful experience, and people do come back and redo this tour because it's so memorable. So we'll continue.
Talk about what everyone's wondering. Like, tell us, how cold is it, Penny?
How cold is it?
People aren't wearing their gloves.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will tell you, and as I said, 19 years I've been going there. And the first year I bought the hand warmers and the foot warmers and all of that. And to tell you the truth, I really have never used them. The thing is, you layer up and you have good boots with soles that are thick, so your feet are off the ground. They must be waterproof. And when you buy boots now for the snow, say if you went into DSW, they actually will tell you what temperature those boots are good for. When they sell boots, it tells you. And you wear good wool socks. And I would suggest a pair of snow pants. You could go to one of the sporting good places, even to Burlington, and you can get a pair of snow pants for like $25. You don't want to wear jeans because jeans are cotton and they're going to get wet and they're going to be cold. And you just layer up. You layer up, you have a good pair of gloves, a good coat, a little headband or a hat for your head and a hood on your jacket. And the first year I was there, I was outside and I had to be for at least 7, 8 hours straight. I never went inside. I was so excited. I wasn't cold. But for some people, they have this drink that they like to drink. It's called caribou. And those of you who have been on this tour know what caribou is. It's a mixture of 7 different kinds of things that when you drink it hot, it kind of warms you up, and you're able to get that at several of the venues during the Winter Carnival and all the little places that they have there. One of the great things are their sculptures. They have a competition of ice sculptures, and they're throughout the city. And that's really something quite to see. And you'll see all these people are happy. They're not brrr. They're all happy and having a good time. People go down the toboggan rungs. I see Shari on the bottom right. She's got her little ski poles there. And people say the bottom left picture, it's snowing in front of the Parliament. Well, you know, if you go to a winter carnival, snow is just a bonus. You want to see that. And here, top center, Bonham, they have a disco that runs continuously. So you want to warm up, you go right in front of the Parliament, which is about 1.5 blocks from our hotel, and you go outside and you dance, and everything's a lot of fun. And Bonham is there. And here on the left and on the right on the top, you can see all the people down in that lower town. When I take people down to the oldest part of Quebec City, it's absolutely beautiful down there. And everybody's smiling. I've had people say they've never seen a child cry at the Quebec Winter Carnival. It's a big family thing. It's lots and lots of families. It's wonderful. So we'll continue on to some more pictures that we can see. And you see, of course, that Chateau Frontenac. And there's a toboggan run. That's a little bit extra. But people go down that toboggan run. Here on day 4, after breakfast, we check out. We have a late checkout. We have some free time in the morning, and we head out to St. Augustine, and we go to the Chemin du Roi Sugar Shack. And here you can see on the left-hand side, the Sugar Shack, all surrounded by all the snow, and everybody making taffy. They take maple syrup in the snow, you put a stick in it, you roll it in the snow. Everybody gets their own maple taffy to make. And people love that. But on the bottom, you can see everybody inside having a wonderful festive Quebecois luncheon. Everything is the Quebecois foods, from meat pies and excellent pea soups and potatoes and ham and pancakes with maple syrup for dessert. Delicious. And they come around and play songs. We have someone who sings, and they teach us folk dancing, and everybody gets up and does some dancing, does some of the French folk dancing. It is great, great fun.
That's awesome. Is this what they call sugar on snow?
It's sugar on snow. Yes, it is. And it's sugar on clean snow, because up there, it's all clean snow. It snows so much and it's so beautiful. And I will tell you, because it snows so much, they take excellent care of the roads, excellent care of the walkways, and no worries. You know, as long as you're able to walk, don't have any walking difficulties, you are good to go there. It's a lot of fun.
So this is definitely not a tour for somebody who relies on a walker or a cane.
No, absolutely not. I would not recommend that. You can look at the pictures, see the pictures, And you want to call me, I'll be happy to tell you about it. But yeah, it's really for people who are out and about in the snow and having a really good time, and you like winter festivities.
Yeah, yeah, you can handle the cold.
Absolutely. So on day 4, after we leave lunch, we head back to Montreal. And you can see we travel to Montreal. We have our last overnight at the Best Western Ville Marine. You have dinner on your own. Now, I just want to explain, because of the federal laws, it's a driver cannot drive from here to Quebec City. It's too far, too many miles. So we stopped at Montreal the first night, stop at Montreal the last night. And the people that you see here in that lobby, all those people there are all the people that said, hey, we want to go with Penny when we come back to the Ice Hotel. And they all met me after we got back. We had like a little break, and I took everybody walking in town. We had a great time. And just so that you know, Quebec City is a World Heritage Site. It's protected by UNESCO. It is absolutely beautiful. The architecture is stunning. But in the winter time, if you've been to Quebec City before and Montreal before, you'll never forget what it looks like with the snow. It is absolutely, I've never looked at it in the same way since I've been going there in the Winter Carnival. And I've been there lots and lots of times in the spring, summer, and fall. So these are all happy people. And on day 5, after our breakfast at the hotel, we head on back. We cross the border. We stop at the duty free, have lunch on our own, and head back home with wonderful memories of an awesome winter experience.
It sounds awesome. It sounds awesome. I just went to Quebec City for the first time this past summer. I stayed at the Chateau Laurier, which was fantastic. I explored, we explored and had a great time, and I definitely want to go back. So if you haven't been to Quebec City, this is a great opportunity to see it. If you have been to Quebec City and haven't been to the Quebec Winter Carnival, definitely put this on your bucket list. Penny is the person you want to see it with, because obviously she knows the ins and outs and all of the highlights, the secrets, the shortcuts, whatever question you can come up with. I know Penny will have an answer for you. So although she can't answer you right now because we're pre-recording but if you have a question, hopefully I'll be able to answer it live. And if not, I certainly will reach out to Penny to answer it. So thank you, Penny, for being here. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Come and join me.
Come join her. I think if I remember correctly, there's 22 people booked on the trip.
Yes.
So don't delay. It does sell out every year. We just hit December 1st, so I know people are starting to think about 2026. And have a great time tomorrow in Brooklyn.
Okay, thank you. And also, by the way, Hallmark, the Ice Hotel is so wonderful that Hallmark, one of their Christmas movies, they filmed it one year at the Ice Hotel of that year. And I do show that on the bus on the way up because people love that. Yeah.
So people actually sleep on those mattresses?
There's no mattresses. Everything is ice. All the walls are carved. There's a different theme every year on the walls. They carve all of the theme. Every room has a different designer that designs it. And when you pay, and you pay up to $1,000 a night to stay in the Ice Hotel, you can only check in after 8 o'clock at night because people like us are visiting all during the day. And by 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you leave. And for that money, you get a drink in the ice bar and you get a sleeping bag that's really warm.
Oh my God. I did not see
There's
that.
no sheets. There's no sheets on the bed. You can't take your glasses off and put them down because they'll freeze to all of the furniture because all the furniture is ice.
Oh my. Okay. Well, it's $1,000. I don't need to.
I think you should come. I think you need to come.
I'm saving my money. I'll see it during the day. I'll see it during the day with you guys. I don't need to sleep there. So, and just so that everyone is clear, we don't actually sleep there. We tour it during the day.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Awesome. All right. Very good. Thank you so much, Penny.
You're welcome.
Live Tour Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you.
Awesome. That worked. It worked. Let's see if I can. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. I realized my video or my audio wasn't great. I was having problems with it yesterday, but hopefully you heard Penny. She was the most important person to listen to. We already have 23 people booked on this trip. Yesterday it was 22, today it's 23. So to answer Vanetta's question, yes, there are solos. I don't know exactly how many off the top of my head, but if you want to post the question in the solo Facebook group, or you want to give us a call or send us an email, we can certainly answer that question. So, all of our trips have solo travelers on it, and we welcome solo travelers on every trip. Does anybody have any questions that potentially I could answer about the Quebec Winter Carnival trip? Okay, all right. Let me get ready for our last but not least trip. Guess who's presenting this one? Me. I have escorted this trip before. So I thought I would present. I'm here, I'll present. Hope you guys, I'm a little, it's hard to live up to a Penny or an Andy or a Christine, all these wonderful people that Jane that do all these presentations. So I'll do my best. I'm more of the host. But I have escorted this trip before, so I'm happy to present it to you. It is our Washington, D.C. 3-day trip to the Cherry Blossom Festival, and specifically the parade that happens on Saturday. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday trip. Nice 3-day weekend. It includes breakfast each morning and one lunch. The lunch is one of my favorite places. I'll tell you in a minute. 869 per person based on two people in a room, and 1149 if you want your own room. So you can see some of the pictures. Like, yes, it's cherry blossom time. They set the parade date so far in advance. You hope that the cherry blossoms are in bloom. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. You're pretty much guaranteed to see some, maybe just not, a plethora, but you could get lucky and see the whole thing. So, the cherry blossoms were originally gifted by Tokyo to Washington, D.C. in 1912. There's over 3,700 of them now. So when they're all in bloom, it is quite the sight. It is quite the sight. So we're going to head down, like I said, on Friday morning. Early spring, a very special time of the year, lots of excitement, especially going down to the DC area during springtime and cherry blossom time. So our first stop is at Carmine's for a family style lunch. If you haven't eaten at Carmine's before, you definitely are missing something. I love Carmine's. It's wonderful, like authentic Italian food. Think like chicken parmesan, meatballs, things like that. A great place to eat, and especially great because it's family style, so you can start to meet and interact with your fellow travelers right away. So after lunch is over, lunch is probably from around 12 to 1:30. We're going to head over to the World War II Memorial. The World War II Memorial is a large open air space with fountains, granite pillars. The granite pillars represent each state and territory, and powerful tributes to the 16 million Americans who served World War II. So it's a very peaceful, very beautiful place to walk around, and you'll have some time there. Next, we'll head to the FDR Memorial. This is along the tidal basin. I love this memorial. It's very different. It's not your typical large statue. There's 4 outdoor rooms, each highlighting a different part of FDR's presidency, with waterfalls, sculpture, quotes from him, and it's very scenic, especially during cherry blossom season. We'll also make a stop at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. This is one of the newer monuments in DC, extremely impressive in person. The centerpiece is the Stone of Hope, which is the huge sculpture of Dr. King that looks over the tidal basin. The walls around it feature many of his powerful quotes. It's simple, it's clean, it's impactful, also very striking during the cherry blossom season. So we'll see those key memorials our first afternoon. And then around 4:30, we're going to arrive at our hotel. We spend 2 nights at the Hyatt Centric Arlington. We love this property. We've probably been staying there for over 10 years now. It's modern, it's convenient as far as the location. It's clean. They have a very nice staff. It sits in the Roslyn neighborhood, which is very close to DC and where we're going to be going for the parade. And there's lots, well, of course, it's right across from the Roslyn Metro Station, which you probably won't take because we're going to provide bus transportation, but some of you might at night during free time to explore other parts of the city. But don't worry. A, the hotel has a lovely restaurant and bar lounge, but B, there's lots and lots of different restaurants within 1, 2, 3 blocks of this hotel. So you'll have lots to choose from. It's a great, fantastic home base for this trip. Um, We'll have a private breakfast room each morning, and the hotel does offer a 24-hour fitness center. So a great hotel not too far away from what we're doing. So we'll check in, you'll have time for lunch, time for dinner on your own, and then around 7:30, we'll depart for a twilight ride during the evening. So through Washington, D.C., we're going to drive around where we can see everything lit up. So you'll see how magical the cherry blossoms look under the lights. And it's just a really good opportunity to see the city from a different vantage point, different time of day. Let's see, I'm not keeping up. It's hard for me to think and keep up with changing the slides too. So pictures of the World War II Memorial, the FDR Memorial. I think we did not put any pictures of the MLK Memorial in here. I apologize for that. And then you'll see this is the hotel. It's lovely. And again, the rooms are absolutely lovely, very clean, modern, etc. So on day 2, we're going to wake up. We'll have breakfast at the hotel in our private room, like I said. And then early, we're around 8 a.m., we're going to head over to get our spot for the parade. Now, we do have reserved bleacher seats. So why do we leave so early? Well, it's pretty crazy to get into DC after 8:30. And we want to get you so that you don't have to walk too far to get over to your reserved seats. So the bus will come in, drop you right off near your seating. You'll have some time to mill around before the parade starts. And then the parade will start. It usually runs about 1.5 to 2 hours. Again, you'll have comfortable reserved seating, bleacher seating, so you'll have a good vantage point. And then after the parade, you'll have some free time to grab some lunch before we head out. So let's talk about the parade and what you can expect. So remember, this is the parade that's celebrating the gift of the cherry trees from Japan. So this was a symbol of our friendship, and that's what we celebrate. So we bring the whole city together to celebrate. We're lucky to be able to come from outside the city to be able to celebrate along with everybody. So like I said, we'll have comfortable elevated seating. You can see colorful floats, marching bands, performers, balloons, and plenty of pink and white blossoms like you can see here. So you can expect a parade lineup similar to a smaller scale Thanksgiving style parade. Again, celebrating the Japanese-American friendship. It's lively, it's colorful. You'll take a lot of photos for sure. So you'll have marching bands that are local, marching bands that are coming from all over the country. You'll see drummers, dancers, performers. You'll feel the international vibes from this for sure. And of course, it's all set along the backdrop of all of these cherry blossoms. So it's lively, it's energetic, it's not overwhelming. Not like, again, don't think like Macy's or Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade or Philadelphia's parade or Mummers or anything like that. This is a much more chill environment. Again, you can see the bleacher seating. So just a very cool place to be. So, and the weather, you guys are probably wondering what it's like in April. Unpredictable. Obviously, you're going to look at your weather forecast before you leave, but layers, right? Because we get there early, we get there around 8, 8:30, so it's going to be chillier in the morning. And as the sun comes out and warms us up, you're going to want to take off your jackets. So then, like I said, around 1:30, we're going to head out. We're going to depart for a short ride over to Arlington National Cemetery, where we'll be able to take the trolley tour there. So this is one of the most sacred and meaningful places in our country. And because the cemetery is so large, over 600 acres, they offer this trolley tour. It's a narrated trolley tour, and it's a perfect way to experience the cemetery without a lot of walking. So the guide on board each car will share the history of the cemetery, stories of the notable individuals that were buried there, and explanations of the major landmarks that you're going to see during the tour. So you're invited to get off. I encourage it. You'll get off at likely get off at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, where hopefully you can witness the changing of the guard, which happens about every 30 minutes. You'll see the Kennedy grave sites, including John F. Kennedy's Eternal Flame, and the resting places of Jackie Kennedy Onassis, Robert Kennedy, and Edward Kennedy. And then you'll also see areas honoring members of the military and notable Americans from every major conflict there. So the trolley tour will let you get off, walk around, take photos. You get to take in the atmosphere at your own pace, and then you can hop back on when you're ready. So it's a thoughtful, reflective experience. It's a highlight for many of our clients. It's informative, but again, not overwhelming. So we'll have a nice afternoon at the cemetery. Then around 5:15, we'll bring you back to the hotel. You'll have lots to choose from as far as where you want to go for dinner. And then the rest of the evening is on your own. So you'll probably be tired from your day. You may want to go to bed early, but if you're a night owl, there'll be lots of things to do around town. And see, I'm not keeping up with the photos here, so I will show you them now. And on our third day, we're gonna wake up and have breakfast. We'll start a little bit later, around 9:30 this morning, which is great from our busy day the day before. And we're going to bring you over to the Smithsonian Institution's National Mall. Well, the National Mall, which features the Smithsonian Institution. So you can choose to go to any of these museums, Air and Space, African American History, American Indian Museum, et cetera, et cetera. They're all free. Just a couple of them, like is noted here, the Air and Space Museum and the African American History and Culture Museum required timed passes. So you're going to want to go online to get those in advance. And we'll have about 4 hours here. So you'll really be able to visit one or two museums, and you'll have time to grab lunch before we depart for home. And we'll bring you back safely, and that's the end of your trip. So there we go. Thumbs up, thumbs up. So a wonderful 3-day getaway. You're home by evening on Sunday if you need to go to work on Monday. Some of us still have to go to work, so. Okay, so that's our DC 3-day. We have 13 people booked on that as of right now. We do not have a tour director selected for that trip yet. Again, the dates are April 10th through 12th. Does anybody have any questions about our Cherry Blossom 3-day trip? Charles wants to know, can he join the trip from Carmine's? Give us a call and we can talk about it. For sure, for sure. Oh, thank you, Simone. She said I did a nice job. It's hard to keep hearing myself talk. Okay, so well, I don't think that's the screen I wanted to share, although it is the screen I wanted to share. It's just not the exact. There we go. Um, as you know, there's two ways to book your trip. You can give us a call and speak to one of these lovely ladies, Samantha, Leilani, or Jenny, or you can book online anytime. So we are working on our Tour Tuesday schedule for 2026. You'll have to check back. We'll send an email with the schedule and we'll publish it in the catalog that our 2026 star vacation catalog. Um, and then you'll be able to sign up for the different tour Tuesdays. I see some questions. You guys were listening when I said we're moving to Pennsylvania. It won't affect you. It won't affect you. We're just moving right across the river um, and into Bucks County, and we'll still have our same pickups: Hamilton train station, Neshaminy Mall for our day trips, the Spark Hotel in Bensalem, Cherry Hill, blah blah blah. Nothing's changing there. Um, we are moving January 1. Um, okay, a couple other questions. How long is the trip up and back? I think you're talking about our DC trip. Depending on where you live, obviously the further north you live, the longer drive it is going to be to DC. But we get to DC around noon. So you're talking about leaving Hamilton area around 7:30. Um, Obviously Philly a little bit later, etc. So, how do we book online and use coupons? Well, super easy, I think. You just find the tour online, you click that you want to book it, and the coupons are listed in the catalog. So, our latest catalog, as well as the next catalog that's coming out right after January 1st. And the codes are listed right on those coupons. So if you need a coupon code, give us a call. We'll be happy to give it to you. Um, and now it's time to pick a winner. It's time to pick a winner. So our winner for tonight is Evelyn Rivera. Evelyn Rivera. So hopefully you're still on, and we will reach out to you. So congratulations. A few more things. Nick saying Quebec Winter Carnival. I love how you call it QWC. That's my nickname for it. Don't let the cold deter you. He's going back in February. Yeah, Penny forgot to mention that. A lot of our travelers to Quebec Winter Carnival are not first timers. It's one of those things you've been there and you want to go again. I'm kind of more of a warm weather person. I do want to experience it, but I need to mentally be in the space to be in that cold weather for that long. So, but thank you for pointing that out, Nick. It is true. Lots of people go back more than once. Any other questions for me or thoughts to share before we're done tonight? Well, this is the last time I'm going to see you in 2025. So I want to wish you all a very, very happy holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. May it be a wonderful celebration, a safe celebration, a healthy celebration. May we all get to 2026 with smiles on our faces and travel plans in our future. This is why we do what we do to provide you with all these wonderful travel opportunities that make wonderful travel memories. I'm so thankful, especially coming out of Thanksgiving. I'm extremely thankful to all of you who join us on these, sometimes every tour Tuesday, and sometimes just here and there. Whether you've got 10 minutes or 10 Tuesdays to share, we welcome you, and I thank you for being part of this community of people who love to travel. Right? This is a great community. People who love to travel. Who doesn't want to be a part of that group? So, best wishes to all of you. I'll see you in 2026. Look out for our vacation catalog in January. And adios, people. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank
Bye.
you.